Yo, what is good, YouTube? My name is Zane. I am new to video making. I've never posted on YouTube before. Um, However, due to the advice of a friend, he thought it'd be a cool idea if I started doing like some reaction videos and things of that nature. Um, so, in terms of what this channel or series of videos or whatever it is will be, it's not really anything specific other than it'll start out as me reacting to um, probably things like a lot of music videos or interviews with artists and musicians, but also some things that are politically and socially relevant. Obviously, the big topic right now is the president and his remarks regarding the NFL and kneeling during the national anthem, disrespect to the flag, yada yada yada. Disclaimer: I am not a Trump fan. Uh, Not at all, to put it mildly. With that being said, I am not. I do not label myself a liberal. My politics definitely sway left. Um, I don't like extremists on either sides. I prefer to have a healthy center as long as we all can have a educated and open-minded debate, conversation, whatever you want to call it. Um, so I looked up into a couple of videos trending on YouTube, and I found this one with this gentleman, Mr. Hansen. He works for ABC, doing sports commentary or broadcasting or whatever it is. I'm not familiar. I'm not really a sports fan like that, so I don't know, but I'm sure he's very well known. I have watched the video prior. Um, However, we'll watch it again together, and you can kind of hear some of my opinions. I would love to hear yours once I post this. We can kind of interact accordingly. I'd love to learn about your guys' opinions. Um, let's get to it.
Very few players joined him. Not many players seemed to care. Kaepernick takes a knee during the national anthem in San Francisco last year. We noticed, but very few players joined him. Not many players seem to care. He can't get a job in the NFL now, and very few have said much about that either. But the president says he wants that peaceful protest to stop. Says those players should be fired if they take a knee during the anthem, and calls those players a name I never thought I'd live long enough to hear a president say, and now everybody cares. Donald Trump has said he supports a peaceful protest because it's an American's right, but not this protest, and there's the problem. Any protest you don't agree with is a protest that should be stopped. Martin Luther King should have marched across a different bridge. Young black Americans should have gone to a different college and found a different lunch counter. And college kids in the 60s had no right to protest an immoral war. I served in the military during the Vietnam War, and my foot hurt too. But I served anyway. My best friend in high school was killed in Vietnam, and Carol Meyer will be 18 years old forever, and he did not die so that you could decide who is a patriot and who loves America more. The young black athletes are not disrespecting America or the military by taking a knee during the anthem. They are respecting the best thing about America. It's a dog whistle to the racist among us to say otherwise. They and all of us should protest how black Americans are treated in this country. And if you don't think white privilege is a fact, you don't understand America. The comedian Chris Rock says it best. There's not a white man in America who would trade places with him, and he's rich. It has not gone unnoticed that Trump has spoken out against the Mexicans who want to come to America for a better life, against the Muslims, and now against the black athlete. But he says nothing for days about the white man who marched under a Nazi flag in Charlottesville, except to remind us there were good people there.
Hmm.
And when he finally tried to say the right thing, not one of them was called an SOB or should be fired.
This is true.
We have white men in America who wave the Nazi flag and the Confederate flag, and he's concerned about taking a knee because it disrespects this flag. We use that flag to sell mattresses and beer. We wear it as a swimsuit. We wrap our bald heads in a
Marketing.
black bandana and stick it in our pants
Anything to make money.
because we disrespect that flag every day. Maybe we all need to read the Constitution again. There has never been a better use of pen to paper. Our the First Amendment. They listed 10, and not one of them says you have to stand during the anthem. And I think those men respected the country they fought for and founded a great deal more than the self-proclaimed patriots who are simply hypocrites because they want to deny the basic freedom of this great country, a country they supposedly value and cherish so much.
And that is that. I do want to start by saying, I mean, I appreciate this gentleman, his honesty, the way that he is specific about people and who and what he's talking about. It's obvious that he was reading from a teleprompter, but I would assume, you know, these are his words fully. I mean, there's so much to unpack there. I think one thing is that what he says at the end about the Constitution, I think that is one basic kind of important thing that sometimes we don't really always think about regarding these kinds of issues, talking about politics, what we agree and don't disagree, what we agree and disagree on, is that a lot of people that make these that participate in protest arguments, picking a political side, it's not based on any kind of knowledge that is factual or anything like that. They just speak based on the things that are relevant or have happened in their particular lives. Like they say, perception is reality, right? I mean, we don't function under actual knowledge. Like the common person has probably not read the Constitution, just bits and pieces of it. We don't properly know our history. We don't know what slavery, civil rights, and the black history in America, as we don't with those of the indigenous people. How certain Asian citizens got here, how Irish, Italian, and Jewish citizens, for example, were treated and, you know, viscerally discriminated against when they came to this country through Ellis Island. And that kind of segregation, and how that kind of got wiped away. They all kind of got put together into one white group, and now it came to those that were colored or just even more foreign, you know, to those that were here. And when we were forming this society, I mean, there's so many things that contribute to these outlooks, and I think that is important, incredibly important. You know, I don't pretend to know everything or speak so certainly, because I know that I have plenty to learn about history, and I think that when we don't speak in understanding the context of our history or keep ourselves open-minded when having these conversations is why we get to craziness like this, why the media can exploit it and switch it any way they want to get shock value out of everybody and make advertising dollars and get more views. YouTube people on here getting more clicks, whatever the case is, it's all money, 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 money. And that kind of ties into, you know, what he's saying about the flag. You know, we capitalize on that thing every single day for something that people are claiming is to be sacred and such an important symbol, and we use it in the trashiest ways possible. It's just absolutely crazy, the hypocrisy. Now, obviously, I don't agree at all with what the president said. He never addresses things in a way that is reasonable or sensible. I do agree that we kind of are living in a post-factual society, and that's a problem. As to whether that's a result of liberals and their PC culture, you know, okay. I definitely sway left in terms of my policies. I never identify as anything specific. I'm as critical of the left as I am of the right. These, what do they call them, SJWs, and the ignorance, the overuse of political correctness as PC culture is just it's ignorant in and of its own right, and striking when they're supposed to be those that are, you know, perpetuating the freedom of speech thing, and they wind up doing the exact opposite. And these are the kinds of extremes we're dealing with when it comes to left and right. Make your own decisions. You don't need to sign up for a team. You don't need to belong to left or right, and you don't need to be swayed by anybody else's opinion. Just your own. That's what I always say. With that being said, I do agree with the majority of what this gentleman says. President Trump just said something that was just completely not necessary. I get that a lot of his supporters say, you know, we don't want our president to be politically correct. However, when you become the president, even if you belong to a political party, you have to be the medium for all of Americans, and you're not allowed to just practice your politics. You need to find a balance. And it's become more about attention for him than anything else. And I think that we have to acknowledge again that this is an issue that has existed pre-Trump. And the issue is not about Trump, it is about police brutality. And that these things are distractions from said issue. And that's just a basic tactic of anybody opposed to anything, to misdirect it, make it about something else, spread nonsense, just noise that, you know, distracts people from actually talking about the issue. The Colin Kaepernick thing was pre-Trump. We have to remember that. And the reason he started kneeling when he initially was sitting on the bench was because of a veteran that served telling him this is a more respectful way to do this. And I think it is nonsensical to believe that anybody that is doing this immediately is opposed to the military, does not respect the anthem or the flag or whatever. It's the opposite. We have to remember that they're exercising the right given to them by that flag. They're not desecrating it, stepping on it, burning it, whatever the case is. They're just kneeling during it so they can say, look, we believe in this America, but there are some problems we need to address, and this is a way to open up the conversation. And if you're sensitive and ignorant enough to just stop the conversation there and say these guys are just, they don't appreciate what they have, they're ungrateful, you know, you're obviously not thinking and arguing in a way in the context of American history, especially with regard to Black Americans and minority groups. I'm going to kind of wrap this one up and then continue more of it in another video. I have to kind of keep the video shorter. So, let me know what you think. Like I said, I'll be discussing more in another video. I'll make more videos about these kinds of things and kind of go on about it. That's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Comment and let me know what I can do better. What I did right, what I did wrong, what you liked, didn't. All of that good stuff. Let's just not be assholes in the comments. If you do, I can't stop you. But we need to start having constructive, open-minded conversations and not just spouting visceral, crazy, malicious nonsense in the comments. If you're doing that, you're not helping anyone. So, peace. I'll see you guys next time.